I'm Pragya and I bring to you excerpts from the current issue of Outlook that looks at two cover stories, two narratives of war, one mythical, one real, Ramayana and that between Israel and Hamas. In the issue titled In Memory of Elusive Peace, Outlook delves deeper into the ongoing war between Israel and Hamas. Memories of Home by Sophie Ernst, a sculptor and video artist based in Berlin. From childhood memories to national identities, Sophie Ernst's book Home explores what the idea of home represents to people who have been forced to leave their homes behind. It also deciphers how artists, filmmakers, and writers remembered the places they had left behind during the 1947 India Pakistan partition and examines the architectural memories of Muslim, Christian, and Jews, Arabs living in Palestine and Israel. An excerpt from Home. I did not grow up with the Indian partition or the Palestinian Nakba. The stories related to these events were not my stories. The first time I heard about Pakistan in detail must have been from my Pakistani friend Aisha when studying at Rijksacademie in 2001 in Amsterdam. She shared tales of her grandparents who, before partition, had lived in a mansion as big as the former army barracks, which is now in Rijksacademie. The memory of her grandparents seemed to define her in some way, evoking vivid images of tiled floors and old aunts wearing fresh motia flowers in their ears. In the years I lived in Pakistan, between 2003 and 2007, the idea of partition became more tangible. Stories linked to places I visited, places gained meaning. The stories made me look at the places differently. I recorded the first conversation for the Home Project in 2006 in Islamabad. Mariam Sohail asked her grandfather to tell us about his childhood home in Old Delhi. He described it in detail and she drew beautifully. Over the course of 6 years, I have approached numerous people whom I met while teaching in Lahore, on a work trip to India, or through a mention of a friend. Some names I found through in depth research, others quite accidentally. Many people I approached declined out of various reasons. Some agreed only after long dialogues. Others I met for multiple recordings. In some cases, I took the recordings of the conversation to another person who commented on it. We discussed what home meant, why places are remembered, and how. For the recordings in Palestine and Israel, I spent 4 intense months in the winters of 2008 and 2009 in Ramallah and Tel Aviv. What all conversations had in common was that I was fascinated by the artists' and writers' work and was genuinely curious about their ideas on memory and space. The meetings were often intimate and sometimes emotional. I hope to have done justice to the material that I so generously received. For this and more, read the current issue of Outlook.